To figure out the web service URL that the rich client uses, as well as the scripting jar files use, you go to Help Extensions. Under Extensions, you'll see a URL here, which is the web services URL, and it has a label called repository location. That's the URL you want to include in the scripts that you create. When you extract the files, which are the jar files, as well as the sample scripts that come with RAM, which earlier, as I told you, is the RAM client.zip. When you extract those into a directory, you'll see there's a set of files. And included in those files is a script called RAM download. And what you can do is you can modify that RAM download asset script. So it's RAM download.asset.xml. Copy it to a version 2, for example. Open the file up in an editor. So we're going to go over here and take a look. I already opened it up. This is what it looks like when you first open it up. It actually does not have any of the property names I was just describing to you that need to be set. So in this space here, you're going to insert the things that you want to add about the asset that you want to download. So I've already modified the file to show you what are the things in blue here that you got to set. The location where you're going to download the file to, the user ID, passwords, the web service URL, the unique ID. In this case, we're going to be downloading this unique ID. The way you figure that out is you go in and to the RAM web client, you paste that unique ID in there and you search. First log in with the credentials that you're going to use to download the file. I'm using admin. And then, so the ID that the asset we're going to be downloading is the asset link JSF. So this will actually be the asset that we're going to be downloading. And this is the content. It has a jar file in there, license file. So and when we download it, it's going to be putting that inside of the libdir directory. So let's take a look at the libdir directory, as well as just also show you, before I do that, just show you where you can find the unique identifier. So there's the unique ID for this asset that we're downloading. So let's look at the directory, which is the build directory. Let's delete everything out of this directory so you can see how we have nothing in the directory when we first start. We save, do the modification to the files, add these properties to that file, and then what we want to do is we want to save this. So we hit save, and then we go into the command line where you've unzipped the jar files for RAM, and you type the command. The command you want to type is ant-v-lib, where the libraries are for the RAM client. And then what you want to do, so in this case I would like to download an asset, and so I put the name of the download file. So it's RAM download asset-2.xml. And in the background here I'll put the builder, which is where the asset should be downloaded to. So we're going to go ahead and invoke the command, which is the script command, and see if it is able to download the asset. So here it echoes by doing -v verbose. This is actually showing us the results. And it says that it's downloaded it. So let's take a look. We'll refresh here. And it's not in the builder. So something has gone wrong. We just got to double check to make sure we're putting it in the right place. Oh, I said it was going to go to the libdir directory. So let's take a look. Make sure the files are there. Yeah, and there they are. We'll delete it and do it again just to make sure that it's working. So we'll delete all the files. Libdir is empty. We'll come back over here to the script again. We'll run the script again. It's going to use our user ID, the unique identifier that we passed in. As you can see here, it's echoing what the information is that we passed in. And then notice how it actually popped up and has added those and downloaded those files. Normally, rather than using the libdir directory, you'd probably use your workspace directory or your release engineering build directory, whatever that is. So it's quite simple. You can see all you got to do is add these properties, invoke the commands, and you're up and running. You're able to download your artifacts and assets, including jar files and other assets that are in the RAM repository, making it possible to only ensure that only the people that have the right user ID and password and permissions are able to access your binaries and other assets. So just to summarize how we did this, we again typed in the command in the directory where our RAM jar files were that allowed us to invoke ant. Because ant is already in our path as an environment variable, it recognizes this command. We type -v, which makes it verbose, which will show us the nice messages of what's going on. This -lib is just pointing where the RAM client jar files are. The -file points to what our scripts are that we want to invoke. In this case, the name of the file was ram download asset.-2.xml. You also have some other parameters that you can pass in as well. To see and find the complete list of options that you have for this, you can go to the help screen, and under the Rational Asset Manager help, there's two places that you can look for getting help on these scripts and the commands and the arguments and properties that are available. One is if you go to under extending product function, there is an option there. I'm sorry, I take that back. If you go under reference, there is an option for Rational Asset Manager Custom Ant Library, and this provides you some of the tasks that are available as well as some of the properties and types that are available. And then also if you look under integrating with RAM and you look under the BuildForge example, so integrating with BuildForge because that's our build tool, manages builds and automation around that. This will actually show you some information about the files that we ship with RAM as well as how to get the extensions as well as what are the properties that you want to enter, which is some of the information I'm sharing in this session today. So those are the two places in the online help that you can go to get more information on how to use ant.